Dear colleagues, hello everyone. Welcome to our meeting on this Saturday evening. I see quite a lot of people considering that it's Saturday and it's summer. So dear colleagues, let's check the connectivity. Let's see if everything is okay. Give me a score from 1 to 10 on how well you can see and hear me. I see 10s, okay, which means we have good feedback. You can see and hear me well. Good friends. In this case, let's start. And I would like to thank you for being here. And we aren't going to have a big or long meeting. It's going to be more technical. I'm going to tell you about the upcoming event in September and everything related to its organization. I'm going to answer your questions about it, and then on Thursday, we're gonna have a longer meeting about everything related to the development of the technology UST and the group of companies GTI, and also we will touch upon the upcoming changes that we will see during the launch of the Micron Global platform and the promotional offers that we are getting ready for you. Now, friends, just give me a second, please. I see we have no Vietnamese translation. And we will wait for the Vietnamese translator. All of those present here, who of you is going to go to the conference on the rocket-free space exploration in September? Tell me in the chat if you're going to be there. Well, I see Angelina is going to be there, Gulnara, Boris. Well, I see only someone's email, an investor of ours who is saying that he's going to be there. Jeffrey Castillo. What region you're from? Please tell me. What country you're from? Sanika Tani, I see Said from California. The United States is coming. That's great. I see the Dominican Republic. I see lots of guests that gonna be there from India. That's good. So I see from Yakutia, someone, quite a faraway region too. So I see different people from different regions and cities of India. Good, good. So in this case, I will have a good piece of advice for you, or recommendation. I'm going to tell you more about it today. I see Alexander from Italy too. That's great. In this case, this information will be relevant for you. I see that the Vietnamese translator is online, so we can proceed to the main topic of our meeting. So dear friends, let me remind you that in September 2025, on the 12th and 13th of September, we're going to have an annual event that is held once a year. It's a conference on rocket-free, rocket-less space exploration, organized and held by Dr. Yunitsky, the author of the technology. And the visualization of that technology you can see behind me on the wall. And we all know that that technology, the all-planetary transportation system, is the core technology or system that Dr. Nitsky authored and developed. And basically a person who is behind this technology, who invented this technology more than 10 years ago. And that technology, the UST technology, appeared thanks to that technology behind my back, all planetary transportation system. So Dr. Nitsky is always true to his dream, and he holds regularly such conferences that promote such projects. And in the last year, 2024, this event was held by the Minister of Transportation of India. He opened the conference. I think it was an online speech, and it's it shows you the level of this conference. And also in the circles, in the scientific circles, there are more and more followers of Dr. Nitsky and people who are of the same mind as he is. So, friends, could you please refrain from asking questions right now? So our regular way of doing things is first I talk and then you get a chance to ask your questions. So probably if you're asking questions right now, it means that you're not a regular visitor or guest at our conference meeting. So this year in 2025, there is an exclusive opportunity to get an invitation to participate in that event, an invitation from Dr. Unitsky. And that event will be available to everyone willing who will purchase a special ticket on special terms. We all know that during previous years, the conference was attended only by people who were invited personally. And let's say there was no big number of investors into the technology, common investors like we are. And this year is a special year, and now investors received get a chance to be there, and we have 160 people willing to get there who submitted their applications for purchasing the ticket. So do you remember, dear friends, how many spots were available for the $2,000 ticket? So Angelina said 60. You are right. And as I said, more than 150 people submitted their applications. So basically, we have 2.5 people per spot. So those people who wrote today that they are willing to be there at that event and they're ready to be there should realize that there is a limited number of spots. Yes, there are more expensive tickets for $10,000. There are 30 more spots for $10,000 tickets. And then it goes up at an incremental pace. So the more expensive the ticket, the better discount for pre-IPO shares you get, but the fewer the number of such tickets. So, dear friends, those of you who said that you are going to be there, so what kind of a ticket you were going to buy? So I guess it's a $2,000 ticket, correct? Please confirm. Yeah, please do write because it is important. Yes, yes, I see 2,000. Ah, I see Suraj who says 10,000. Congratulations, Suraj. You're going to enjoy a more exclusive conditions and terms. But I think everyone else says $2,000 ticket, which is, yeah, the majority. So it is very important to understand that since the number of spots is limited, well, the number of tickets is not limited because you can purchase a ticket but not go to the event. And many of our investors purchase the tickets without intending to go there, just to get more pre-IPO shares at a better discount, and also to purchase, to get the shares of the American company. The American company which will be implementing the high-speed transportation hub in the US. And this is an exclusive offer. And many of our investors are purchasing tickets purely for this reason, without wanting or planning to go there. So my advice for you, for those who are going to go there, who are not just buying tickets for the pre-IPO shares, you should deposit money in your back office as soon as possible, because very, very soon the sales will be open on. We hoped that it would be sooner, but there were some technicalities to settle. Well, also we needed to brush up certain things on the website side on how to place the tickets for sale. So we were waiting for the IT department to do their job. They are almost done. So very soon the tickets will be for sale. So what will happen next after the tickets will become available? There will only be 60 actual spots available. So 60 spots, meaning that the Aquarel Park will be able to host physically only 60 people. And we have 160 applications. So you realize that there will be some competition between people willing to purchase the ticket. So for you to be among the first to purchase the ticket and to guarantee that you will be given a spot at the EcoTechnoPark and the Aquarel Park, so you need to make sure that you already have money on your balance, because as soon as the news is published, you will have to hurry up and purchase the ticket. And the $2,000 packages will be paid, can be paid right away. And also you'll be able to purchase in installments in two parts the tickets that cost $10,000. So only $10,000 tickets can be purchased in two parts. So you have what? Today, Sunday, Monday, probably Tuesday, 3 day stops for you to deposit money. And then starting Wednesday or even Tuesday evening, you'll be able to purchase the ticket. So make sure you replenish your balances in advance, because otherwise you will be upset, because you might have submitted the application for the participation, but when the tickets become available, you won't be able to purchase the ticket. That would be quite upsetting, you must agree. So I hope this part is clear, that the number of tickets is limited and you need to get money ready in advance, and that only $2,000 tickets will be purchasable in two parts, in two installments. So I see a question on the topic here in the chat. So $2,000 tickets not in two installments. Yes, correct. The $2,000 tickets will have to be purchased in one go, not in two installments. Dear colleagues, I see that the volume is low. Alexander says, could I please speak up? Please give me some feedback. Can you hear me well? Oh, I'm getting some feedback here that the sound is good. So Alexander, probably you should boost up the volume at your end. Everyone else can hear me well. Okay, regarding the $2,000 tickets, I see Angelina says that a partner wants to purchase a $2,000 ticket in two installments and he doesn't want to go there. He's not planning to go there, and you said it was possible. Well, I did say that you could purchase tickets in two installments, but I didn't say which tickets. And I'll tell you, explain why the $2,000 tickets will have to be bought in one go, and $2,000 and higher can be purchased in 2 installments. It is because for the organizers, it is important to get everything ready on time. And when we get to see the agenda, the program once again, you'll realize yourselves that the program is very intensive, that it's quite saturated with different events and procedures, and it's quite costly too, because the accommodation and the board food will be included in the ticket too, and then tours, etc. So if a person, well, in any ways, you will have to pay until the end of August. So the person, if they make a purchase on the 1st of August, they will have to make pay the second installment until the end of August. So probably the tickets will be on sale for until the end of August. And if people would like to purchase in 2 installments without wanting to go there, so yeah, they can, if they don't want to go there and not planning to go there, why would they be willing to pay in 2 installments? They can save up and then purchase in one go until the end of August, because they don't want to, they're not planning to go there. So what's the difference? Anyways, they will have to make the pay the second installment at the end of August. You see? So save up until the end of August and then pay in one go. I'm talking about those people who would like to purchase the ticket but do it in 2 installments. It makes no difference. They will still have to pay the second installment until the end of August. So why not pay in one go at the end of the August? So you see what I mean here. Let's see. As for the program itself, the arrival of all visitors is expected on Thursday. Well, hold on. The event will... Give me a second. I think I mixed up something. I need to take a look at the calendar first. So yeah, the arrival of the guest is expected on Thursday, then on Friday, Saturday. It's the event itself. So yes, the guests are expected to arrive on the 11th at midday. So you come before or on 12 p.m., you will be kept in touch with you will keep in touch with the organizers of the event. So the organizers of the event will probably get in touch with you to learn about your arrival, how you're going to get there, and during the purchase of the ticket, you are going to fill in the participants form. Right now, what you filled in was your application, like a letter of intent. And then once purchasing the ticket, you'll be filling in the actual form. So you will have to arrive, well, in order not to miss everything, to Belarus before midday, because at 2 p.m. you will have to check in at the hotel, at the local hotel. So, but you will get more information either by email, or there will be news published on the website about all the technical and organizational nuances. So what I wanted to convey to you right now is for you to better schedule your time, plan your time. So when you arrive on Thursday, you will check in, and after that, there will be a tour organized for you on the territory of EcoTechnoPark. So a decision was made not to waste time to visit the production facilities and the bureau office, because there is quite a lot of open source information on the internet. And just imagine there will be more than 100 people visiting the place. For everyone to be able to see the production plant, then the production will have to be put on hold for a whole day or probably two. So in order not to disrupt the operations of the plant, a decision was made to maximize your time and to make sure you enjoy your trip as much as possible. So it is possible for everyone to see, first and foremost, the transportation itself in action and not how it is assembled, right? So on the one hand, please tell me, on the one hand, what is more interesting for you, to ride Unilight and to see how string transportation works in action, the first commercial project, to ride the Unibus, or to take a look at the production facilities? So please tell me, a ride or a visit to the production facility? So, dear colleagues, could you please not ask me questions about the event and everything else? Right now, I will answer your questions at the end. So please right now answer my questions, and then at the end, I will answer your questions, okay? So please answer my questions. So what is more interesting for you would be to take a ride on the string transportation or to see the production facilities? Someone says, it would be great to take a ride. Someone says both. Well, but if you have to choose either or, if you have like to have to choose one of the two, so what would you choose? So you don't get to choose both, right? Either or. So someone says we want to travel on a unibus. Yes, of course. Then someone says to take an actual ride. Then someone says unibus, Unilight. Then I would like to take a ride. So production is our know-how, so we shouldn't actually show our secrets. And by the way, you won't be able to take pictures when you visit production facilities. It's prohibited. So for you to enjoy and maximize your time being at that facility, it was decided to pack the program in the most effective way, which is the visit to the EcoTechnoPark and then take a ride on a string transportation car. So let me read your comments. To take a ride on a Unimobile, UPod, then take a ride. Suraj says both. Let me see what it means. You says both. It's and the ride plus the production facilities, but unfortunately we'll have to choose either or and not both. I'm sorry. Well, as the opinion of the majority shows, it's you would prefer, the majority would prefer to take a ride. So the decision was correct. And I will continue. Just give me a second. I would like to read the comments in Vietnamese. To test the technology, I see a reply from Vietnam. To test the string transportation. So, yes. So you see the Vox Populi, right? The majority says that it is more interesting for them to take a ride on this train transportation, to see it in action, rather than visit the production. Well, when you go there, you see the machinery, you'll see the assembly line, but you won't be able to take pictures, you won't be able to make a video, you won't be able to, well, to have a keepsake or anything. But you can take an actual ride in a Unibus or UPod and stream from there. You can take a selfie, you can post it on your social media. I think it's better. And Alexander says, I absolutely agree with the decision of the management not to have tours in the production facilities. Yes, exactly. It will save a lot of resources and time. Let me see one more comment from Vietnam, what it says. It's not like taking a ride on a unibus. When you are there, it feels like you're flying on a unibus. Well, exactly. This is where your dreams come true. So, how many rides will we be able to make on the same unibus several times or several rides on different pods? Well, I think within the tour of considering the number of people within one tour, I think you will be able to make just one ride because there will be 60 people who will purchase $2,000 tickets, and there will be other people, and I guess there will be more than 100 people in total. So probably there won't be time for everyone to take all the rides. Someone says we shouldn't distract engineers from their work. Let's just take a ride. And someone wrote that there are a lot of videos from the production facilities. Indeed, it's quite impressive the way they set up production and the assembly line, but it won't inspire you as much compared to taking a ride on an actual transportation pod. Probably many of you have a favorite model, right? Car model. So is it more interesting for you to go to the assembly line and see how this car model is assembled, or actually ride your favorite car? I guess riding a car is better, right? Someone enjoys Porsches, someone enjoys riding on a Mercedes Benz or Range Rover or other cars. And I guess you enjoy more riding those cars rather than attending or visiting the production facilities. I think it's quite logical, right? Yes, someone says, of course, taking a ride is better. Okay, now let's go through the agenda again. On Thursday, you arrive. After you arrive, you will be taken to the premises of EcoTechnoPark, and then you will be able to take a ride on the string transportation. After that, you will be able to visit the laboratory for the production of biohumus, which is also located in the farmstead, if I'm not mistaken, in the same township. And also, dear friends, depending on how much time is left, you will decide how to spend the rest of your evening. If you want to, you can stay in the EcoTechnoPark itself. You will be able to visit the pet petting zoo that is on the Aquarel premises of the Aquarel. You can fish there as well. You purchase the ticket, fishing ticket, and then you can spend the rest of your day fishing on the local pond. So on Thursday, you will have quite a saturated, intensive program, a lot of positive emotions. And then once settled in, you enjoy your time. And then on Friday, you will get the first day of your conference, and on the second, and then the second day of your conference, Saturday. So we also need to understand that people who will purchase the $2,000 tickets, some of them will also be accommodated in Minsk, which is close by, like 60 kilometers. So basically, and there will be a transfer shuttle organized to take you from Minsk to Marina Gorka and from Marina Gorka to Minsk, because in the Aquarel park, there is a limited number of accommodation places. And in addition to investors, there will be a lot of different other delegations, speakers coming from other countries. So the hotel capacity of Aquarel won't be enough to accommodate everyone coming to the event. That's why the organizers will arrange the transfer shuttles to take guests from Minsk to Marina Gorka and from Marina Gorka to Minsk. And there will be a hotel available in Minsk, and a transfer, I repeat, will be organized for you comfortable, that will arrive on time, and that will take you to the place of the event, and then we'll take you back to the hotel. So let's do the summary. The $2,000 tickets, by purchasing those tickets, you will be able to check in on Thursday. So there is a 3 days included in the ticket. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sunday you will have to check out. So you either stay at your own expense, you can, if you want to, but or you can leave or check in somewhere else if you want to stay longer in Belarus in general. But 3 days are included in the ticket. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday you'll be there. You'll have a roof over your head, you will have the food, and you will have free entrance to the conference. So I hope so far everything is clear. Now you're clear how the event is going to be held. So you come in on Thursday, you will have an entire half of the day, second half of the day, for taking the ride to go to the laboratory of the humus production. You will see with your own eyes everything. Yes, someone says it's 3 nights. Exactly. You will see everything, how everything works, how everything operates. If you would like to spend some time enjoying fishing, you can go fish. Or if you would like to go to the petting zoo, you go to the petting zoo. It's quite a big zoo. Or you can go to a restaurant. So basically you can organize your own time passing in the evening. And then part of the ticket though is taking a ride on the string transportation and visiting the laboratory. I see only 3 people telling me that everything is clear. What about the rest of you guys? 150, 60 people, 66 people. Is everything clear for you as well? Because I would like to avoid any kind of misunderstanding. Please do tell me if everything is clear. Now I see some feedback. Okay. As for our guests that will come one day before, on Wednesday, for example, please pay attention. You will have to find accommodation at your own expense the night from Wednesday to Thursday. Okay? So if you come one day before Thursday, which is on Wednesday, then you'll have to see where to find accommodation on your own. I think it's quite logical because Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are only included in the ticket. Okay? In this case, dear friends, I can tell you that the packages that cost $10,000 and more, they include more pre-IPO shares and more shares in the American company, and basically they have a bigger discount and hence more pre-IPO shares and shares in the US company. So please do understand that the main goal for us is to make sure that your participation runs smoothly and that you get your pre-IPO shares and share. So the main goal of your trip should be visiting the conference, right? Attending the conference. It's not about a tour in the city or EcoTechnoPark. It's about attending the event, and everything else should be like on the sidelines. So this is the main objective, is for you to attend the actual conference itself. So someone says the 3 nights stay over is included in the ticket. Yes, exactly. Okay, friends. So what I wanted to focus on here is that more expensive tickets will have one privilege, extra privilege, which is a dinner, personal dinner with Dr. Initsky, or probably lunch or breakfast. It depends on the organizers will inform you about it. But we're talking about more expensive tickets here. It will depend on how many people will pay for the ticket. Then the day will be decided upon and the time will be decided upon. Someone says the night in the hotel from Saturday to Sunday is included. Correct. So you have Thursday to Friday, Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday. 3 nights, yes, are included in the ticket. And since there's going to be a gala dinner and the official closing ceremony, it will be held in the evening, right? So nobody's gonna kick you out in the street, right? So you will, of course, stay there. Online broadcasting, someone is asking, is it going to be? Well, we will have that information after the 5th and 10th of August, whether there will be an online broadcast. Probably this time there won't be a freely accessible online broadcast. Probably there will be a special offer for the online broadcast. Probably in 1 week I will be able to tell you more. Okay, friends, as for the organizational questions, if you have them, please do ask those questions now. Even if I asked them before, please repeat them again so I will be able to answer your questions. There was a question when we can buy the tickets. I told you in the beginning of this meeting the tickets will be available for sale in a couple of days. We're waiting for the IT team to finish their work. Someone says it's great. I cannot come on in 2025. I'm planning to be there in 2026. Well, we can't say what's going to happen in 2026. It's the first time ever that this conference is open for attendance to common investors. Previously, it was a personal invitation only. Someone says, I would buy the ticket to the online broadcast because I won't be able to be there in person. So let me give you a hint. Most probably you will be able to attend the conference online. Probably I'm giving you a spoiler here, but why not? Someone is asking, won't there be any eco festivals anymore? Yes, there will be information about the EcoFest later, okay? I would like, don't want to jump the gun here. The last EcoFest wasn't on it, let's say the most recent EcoFest wasn't the last EcoFest. In other words, there will be other EcoFest, of course. Angelina, I hope you get the hint, right? Well, I hope that my words that you heard everything you wanted to hear from my words, okay? Okay, let's move on. I see someone is asking about dividends. I'm not going to answer that question. Please watch the recordings of my meetings this year and last year. We had a lot of different meetings where I talked about dividends at length, about remuneration, etc. I'm not going to spend time about dividends today. So when someone is asking, business has not started yet, so how you wish and talk about the dividends? Well, once the updated memorandum is published, then everyone will have all the necessary information. in place. So yes. There's another question in English. Will have those pre-IPO shares the same value? That is, these shares being disposed by Dr. Unitsky portion has the same value to what we have already bought? Well, basically, if I understood your question correctly, they have the same value as the shares from the common pool. In other words, you will be getting the shares of the same value, but instead of getting them from the common pool, you get them from Dr. Unitsky's personal pool. But the ownership rights will be exactly the same. I hope you understand. Someone is asking, has the Micron Global personal account or website been launched? Well, everything is ready, and I will tell you more about it on Thursday. First, we need to do everything right with the RSW Systems platform to close it down in correct way, and then we will move on to the updated platform. Right now, everything is being ready for launching the platform on time, and I will tell you more precisely what I mean by on time. Everything is fine. We just need to shut down the old platform properly, and also to give you an opportunity to enjoy all the benefits associated with the shutting down of the old platform. And let me tell you, those benefits will be quite juicy for everyone. But I will tell you more on Thursday about it. What else do we have? Is UST going to withdraw pre-IPO offering? When do you think it will happen? Rocker is asking. Again, I had a specially dedicated meeting to UST, IPO, etc. And please do watch that recording, and I don't have to repeat it all over again. So if you are really interested in that topic, watch please the recording on our official YouTube channel, the recording of the meeting where I spoke about it in detail and at length. And you can watch it at your leisure. Someone is asking about the clients of the XSwig platform. There is no solution yet because the management of the Swig platform haven't yet solved the problem. So I wanted to have questions related to the event from you. As for the general questions, we're going to stray too far if we start discussing the general questions, because today's meeting is dedicated purely to the conference and we're talking about the organization of the conference only. So please ask me about the conference if you are planning to go there and if you'd like to learn more about the conference. So who else from our potential guests have questions? And meanwhile, I will read a comment from our guest. So we sign up RSW Systems account to be able to purchase the promotion, or do I have to wait for the link from Micron Global? Well, if you are already an existing investor into string transportation technology and then you would like to have an account in Micron Global, so yes, you first need to have an account on RSW Systems, and then using the same email, you will automatically get your account in Micron Global. What about those who won't be able to register in RSW Systems before moving to Micron Global? will they be able to register in Micron Global? Well, let me tell you this. If you want everything to run smoothly, you have to first register in RSW Systems because we are talking about the existing investors, right? So if an existing investor didn't have an account in RSW Systems, but they still have they're still an investor because they invested through Swig, for example. So they first need to register in RSW Systems with the same email for all the pre-IPO shares data to be synchronized, and then they can move on to Micron Global. If they aren't investors yet in the UST, then they will have to register directly in Micron Global because starting from a certain date, you won't be able to make purchases on RSW systems. You will be able to finish your installments, but all new purchases will only be possible on the updated platform. But more information about it on Thursday. So I have a question here. So I see a question in English, but Google Translator doesn't translate that question correctly. Sanjeev Singh. So it seems like English, but it's not, I guess. Sanjeev Singh, okay? So please could you answer your question, ask your question in English? So someone says, Maxim, do I understand it correctly that part of the investors who will come to the event will be accommodated in Aquarel Park and some of them will be accommodated in Minsk? Correct, correct, because of the hotel capacity. Some of the people will be accommodated in Minsk, but there will be a shuttle transfer organized for you. So everything will be organized for your smooth stay and transfer, so don't be afraid. Remember, in the past, we all had to take buses from Minsk to EcoTechnoPark. Aquarel Park didn't work back then, and the $2,000 tickets also include accommodation in Minsk. I did mention it, but let me reiterate. The $2,000 tickets also include accommodation in the hotel in Minsk. Okay, friends, do we have questions related to the event? I'm having this meeting with you in a relaxed format, and we're having a relaxed conversation. So, after all, this meeting is for, you know, for our people only, for people who are going to be there. So that's why we're having this light version mode of our meeting. Someone says everything is clear, Maxim, nothing really difficult, complex about it. So everything is pretty clear. So what is this language then Sajiv asked his question in? I thought it was English. Probably it's Hindi, but in Latin letters. Okay, if it's Hindi in Latin letters, then of course I wasn't be able to translate, have his message translated. So let's see. I think Sajiv asked his question in English now. If I not able to go to Belarus, will a member of my family join the program? Well, if you purchase the ticket and then check the box that you are going to be there, because there will be a form that asking you whether you're going to go or not. Then of course, if you check the box that you are going, then instead of you, you can send someone else. But you need to check the box that someone is going to go there. So yes, another person can go instead of you. Someone says, tell us how we can pay if we're not going to go there. Well, more information will be given later, specific information. Right now, I wanted to give you some general information that it's going to be 3 nights stay. You have to check in on Thursday. There will be more information about accommodation, but this is the basics. So we're not going to visit the production facilities and the company office, but we're going to visit the EcoTechnoPark. We're going to visit the laboratory in of humus production. Then you can arrange your own leisure in the evening on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday you will attend the conference, and then you will participate in the gala dinner on Saturday, and then you can stay over at your own expense on Saturday if you want to enjoy your time in Belarus, in Marina Gorka. So what about those who are not going to go? How should they purchase the ticket or the package? You package the ticket and you buy the ticket and they do not go. That's it. You check the box that you're not going to go. So what about the museum? Well, a museum is there, so you will have a chance to visit it. It's all part of the ecosystem. Someone says Thursday check in and Sunday check out. Correct. Correct, yeah. Check out in the first half of the day before noon. And there is a tree that you can pick the apple from. There are some named trees. Well, yes, if you have a named tree there, then you will be able to take an apple from it. Sanjeev says that in that form there is no such question. Well, there is. Even in the preliminary form, there's a question whether you are going to be at the conference or you would like just to purchase the ticket and not be at the conference. It's important for us, and the same question will also be in during your purchase. Someone says, where can we see the list of investors? On the website. Yes, it's on the Unitsky Engineer website. Okay, friends, I think we can call it a day, and we worked for an hour and in a quiet format. We talked about the conference to be held in September, the conference dedicated to the rocket-free space exploration, the 8th conference, and at that event you will be able to attend that event in person by purchasing the tickets that include very good discounts for the pre-IPO shares. And you get those shares from the personal pool of the author and the creator of the technology, Dr. Unitsky. So it's important to understand that the number of physical spots is limited, so you will pay for those. You have to pay for those tickets right away as soon as you see those tickets on sale, so that you would book the place right away if you plan to be there. If you don't plan to go there but you still want to purchase the ticket, then you will still have time enough until the end of August, plus minus, give or take a couple of days. You'll have to keep abreast of the news. it's important to understand that you will be coming to the Republic of Belarus and staying over for 3 nights. It is included in the price of the ticket. And on Thursday, you will have some personal time and rides on the transportation, plus visits to the laboratory. And then Friday, Saturday, you will have a conference. One more thing that I forgot to mention is that in the question, there will be also a field asking you to mention the name of your sponsor, of the person who invited you to the conference. Because remember, the referral program doesn't apply here in cash. However, if you purchased the ticket, then we would like to incentivize the person who invited you. Because that person, that sponsor, will get 15% in pre-IPO shares, in the form of pre-IPO shares. But since on the platform RSW Systems, many uplines or sponsors are not active anymore, or some of them just recommend it. For example, scratch that. For example, I invited Andrei. For example, let's imagine that I invited Andrei to this event, and Andrei has his own sponsor on RSW Systems, and that sponsor doesn't work with us anymore. And I, not being his sponsor, called Andrei and told him about this event, and Andrei purchases the ticket. So for whom it will be more logical to pay to give the fees, the extra pre-IPO shares, to his sponsor who is no longer working for the company, or me who personally invited and told Andrei about this event. And of course, we would like to incentivize active people, and that's why. And also, we were talking about make it worthwhile for active people. So in my opinion, people who invite in person should get the benefit. Please tell me, dear colleagues, what's your opinion? Those who informed Andrei about the event, the inviter, surely to those who invited the person, so to them who personally invited and not the sponsor. Yes, of course, I see everyone is on the same page. Those who provided the information, right? And not someone who was the sponsor many, many years ago. So that's why the 15% extra will be credited in manual mode. So once all these sales are over, people who will be purchasing the tickets will have to write in the field of the form the login of the person who invited them. So I think it would be more fair for us to give that bonus to people who actually put in efforts, who invited. So this is kind of an extra benefit from the RSW Systems platform on request of our leaders who initiated it all. I see a user called iPhone who is saying, I would like to go there and see. I have shares since 2018. Well, it's not shares, it's pre-IPO shares. Why you're not answering? I spent more than $20,000 and you're ignoring me. What else I need to do? So first of all, I would like to know who you are because iPhone is not a name and I understand what you're asking me. So what was the point of your question? I told you that today's meeting is dedicated to the event only. and not I'm not giving answers to general questions right now. But if no one invited me and I decided to go on my own, what do you mean nobody invited you? Somehow you learned about it, right? If, for example, nobody invited you, then you can write in the field nobody, and someone says I learned it from you. Well, I don't need those extra bonuses. Just write that I have no sponsor or no inviter, and then we'll know that we don't have to credit extra pre-IPO shares to anyone. So the iPhone user is writing, there is a telephone number. Is there a telephone number that I can ask my about the things that I'm interested in? And I'm sorry for being anonymous. Well, of course. I mean, it's more pleasant to talk to a person if you have the name of that person. If you need to ask something, you can write a ticket to our customer support service. And also we have an open Telegram channel and an open Telegram chat. So you can ask your question there and you will get a qualified answer to your question. So we're not closed in any way. We are ready to give you any answers, but you need to be asking your question on the right venue and the right time. So, since you're an investor since 2018, probably you're not keeping up with all the recent news. So you should ask your question in our chat, Telegram chat. Let me take a couple of comments in English, and then we can call it a day. Sergey is asking, can we buy several tickets? Yes, you can buy as many tickets as you want. There is no cap on the number of tickets. I added wrong sponsor in my form. Can I change it? Please answer. Manoy is asking. This was a preliminary form. This is not yet the purchase of the ticket. When you purchase the ticket, once the tickets are available, there will be a different form, actual form. And that's the form you will be filling in. So don't worry about adding the wrong name right now. But when you purchase, please add the correct name. Someone is asking, could you please give me the link to the chat? Could someone please share the link in the Zoom chat? And meanwhile, I would like to thank everyone for your participation. We had a net 1 hour meeting today in a calm or quiet mode without exerting too much in a relaxed manner. So it was important for me to convey the important information that I deem important to you regarding that event so that everyone is happy, so that everyone could make a decision that they're happy with, and in order not to harm your interests in any way, and so that you would be able to schedule your time accordingly. You'll be able to talk to your colleagues, to some top management, probably even Dr. Nitsky himself, because they all will be there as speakers, as VIP guests. So it's for you, it's an exclusive, unique opportunity to see everything with your own eyes, starting from the string transportation and taking a ride on it, and to meeting in person the top management of UST and Dr. Unitsky himself. So next Thursday, dear friends, we're having a meeting at 6 p.m. GMT plus 3. It's going to be the last day of July. It was going to be the 31st of July, and we will have to get ready. It's going to be a 1.5, 2 hour meeting, and there you'll get some very exclusive information regarding a certain balance that will be added to our ecosystem to balance out this special offer regarding the purchase of the ticket. So we're going to make you an offer that you will have very hard time turning down. And also we are going to talk about the strategy, or better, not tactics of our actions in August, and what is in store for us in future. You will learn more about it on Thursday. So have a nice rest of Saturday, have a nice rest tomorrow and Sunday, and replenish your accounts to be ready to purchase the tickets once they are for sale. Bye bye, everyone. Stay in high mood and see you on Thursday on the 31st of July, 6 p.m. GMT plus 3. Bye bye.